Coming up on Lindenwood News, we'll take a look at the role AI has played in college students' education.
Plus, how safe are your dating app habits? We'll take a look at how Lindenwood students feel about the safety of their dating apps.
Lindenwood women's basketball faced off against Tennessee Tech, setting the stage for a possible rematch in the OVC Championship this weekend. We'll keep you updated on the bracket and more.
Those stories ahead on Lindenwood News.
Welcome to this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Tori Hatton.
And I'm Carmen Lumpkins. In the last 2 years, AI technology has become more advanced and more accessible to college students.
With students adopting these tools, educators are concerned about how they might be affecting students' learning. Parker Killian is here in the studio with more on this story.
That's right, Tori. AI is now playing a major role with college students in their academics and career preparation. I spoke with students and library staff about how AI is affecting higher education. When AI started to gain widespread popularity, this was due to the emergence of accessible generative AI tools such as ChatGPT, which allowed a large portion of the public to interact with and experiment with advanced AI capabilities for the first time, marking a significant shift in public awareness and use of AI technology. Senior Marnus Prinsloo likes AI because of its ability to quickly give you answers to questions that normally would take longer to find when surfing the internet.
It's very helpful. I like to use it as a helpful tool, especially for research. It's great with getting sources. It's great with making outlines and just being able to give you a lot of information. It's kind of like just replaced like having a search engine. Just by the way it can filter through things better and stuff like that.
According to reference librarian Paul Huffman, he sees a lot of pros and cons to AI, but ultimately sees AI as beneficial to college students while in college and when going out into their fields.
Obviously, professors aren't going to want the students to write their papers for them because then the students are losing their critical thinking skills. They still want the students to be able to use their own words for things, but as far as coming up with maybe outlines for papers and helping a student so that they have a clear train of thought in their paper, AI is very good at that. I've also had instances where students are preparing to enter the workforce and they're looking at having AI create a resume for them. So you can give them all the specifics of their work history, their education history, so on. And then you can ask it to tailor the resume for specific jobs.
The popularity and use of dating apps has become a tool for people to meet others and build connections. But how do people stay safe when interacting with people they don't know on the internet? I asked Lindenwood students how they feel talking to these online connections offline. Take a look. Dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble give users the opportunity to meet new people in the app. They can customize their profile, and then the app finds matches in the area based on compatibility.
I came from a small town, so I just wanted to see what else there was besides the small town that I lived in.
After a match is made, users can chat with each other in the app. If users decide to, they can meet their match in person.
You get to see through them and then be able to actually talk to the person before meeting them.
With the possibility of fake profiles and scammers, users don't really know who they are talking to.
Oh, I never actually met anybody. I was on it for a week, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this now, so I stopped doing that.
Dating apps can be an easy way to find people who you may be romantically interested in and want to build a meaningful relationship with, but it also comes with safety concerns.
meeting people in person through dating apps is something that I personally wouldn't do unless I knew them in person before.
There are ways that users can be safe on the apps, but taking caution is important. Be sure that when you meet someone for the first time in a dating app, that it's in an open area with plenty of people around. And you can also share your location with a trusted friend in case of an emergency.
Straight ahead on Lindenwood News, the Lions faced off against Tennessee Tech. We'll have highlights from that game, plus we'll take a look ahead at the upcoming OVC championship bracket. After the recent elections, sports betting has become a new policy in Missouri. However, the start of sports betting is now being delayed by the Missouri Secretary of State, Denny Hoskins. The Missouri Gaming Commission had originally planned to use emergency rulemaking to allow sports betting to start in the summer, but Hoskins has delayed the policy until the end of the year, saying that sports betting is not significant enough to warrant the use of emergency rulemaking. When the sports betting policy does take effect, 10% of the revenue will go to education and gambling addiction treatment.
The U.S. Agriculture Department is predicting that the price of eggs will continue to rise, up 40% in 2025. The rising egg prices have already hit restaurants like Waffle House and Denny's, with egg prices going up to almost $5 for a dozen eggs. Restaurants are implementing a surcharge for egg-based dishes up to 50 cents per egg. The rise in egg prices is attributed to a recent spike in bird flu cases, which is causing a shortage of eggs. With the outbreak, American businesses are seeking alternative sources for eggs, with imports from Turkey helping to meet U.S. demand. The women's basketball team fell in its regular season finale against the top opponent, Tennessee Tech. The Lions started off the game with a 4-2 lead. However, the Golden Eagles bounced back with a 9-0 run to make the score 11-4. The first quarter ended with the Lions trailing 19-12. Brueggemann started off the quarter with a 3 to cut the lead down to the 4 points. But the Golden Eagles could not be stopped and grabbed a 29-15 advantage over the Lions. Gracie Kelsey led the Lions with 8 points throughout the match, while Brueggemann had 7. The Golden Eagles opened the fourth quarter with an 11-2 run to take the 17-point lead. The Lions could not close the gap, and the match ended with a score of 77-59. After the fall of Tennessee Tech, Lindenwood is entering the Ohio Valley Conference Championships in second place. The regular season position earns them a bye until the semifinal round of the championships. In their first matchup of the tournament, Lions will face either Western Illinois, UT Martin, or Eastern Illinois. The finales may see a rematch between Lindenwood and Tennessee Tech. Tip-off for the Lions semifinal matchup is Friday at 3:30. Lindenwood softball swept with Lindenwood Invite with a 4-0 record. The Lions took down both Green Bay and Valparaiso twice throughout the weekend. Sunday had a slow start. It took the Lions a few innings to heat up. However, the Lions came up with the swinging to take home with an 8-2 victory over Green Bay. The Lions had a whopping 11 hits, while multiple Lions collected 2 each. This included Dallas Darnell, who also put up 4 RBIs, Nicole Henson, Jolie McKinnon, and Madison Knoll. Riley Owens picked up her 3rd win of the season after throwing 6 innings, allowing just 2 runs on 5 hits. Molly Hidrick closed out with 7th, making her debut back after having to medical Reinhardt last season. The second game against Valparaiso was won in walk-off fashion. The Lions were down 1-0 until the 5th inning, when a 2-out by Lauren Pelton scored Madison Knoll to tie the game. The Lions then loaded the bases in the 7th, and Tira Brown delivered a gap shot to secure the walk-off win for the Lions and sweep the weekend.
Thanks, Kendall. That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News.
Thanks for joining us.